a vision of seeing a world living in unity through love.
Oh, you know we had to do it, right? Brother empowerment.
It's been a long
Helping brothers to break through without breaking. With international viewership. That means that we are getting our message worldwide and nothing can stop us from showing our brothers and their family love. So you know we had to do it right. Come on now. Brother empowerment, we about to do it. Let's go. We love you guys. Come on,
let's go, let's go. My brother hit my phone, said, bro, let's go, let's go. We gotta build a home, we gotta build a throne, somewhere that we can roam. Let's get these brothers up to start to build each other up. It's time for us to level up and power. Yeah, we stepping up higher from the fire that ignited from the heavens up. Now it can't expire, cause my brother's always checking up. On me, put your blessings up. Homie, never letting up. On me said, call me if you need, and couldn't believe it. I finally found brothers that's healing, now I receive it, cause they invited me to breathe in all of the meaning of the true brotherly love. Just what I needed, man, it's such a vibe to build with brothers through the struggles. Man, it's such a high to have them help you through your troubles, make you feel alive. Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.
come on, let's go.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's up, good people?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
And if you have never seen Brother Empowerment, where you been, first of all? What's been going on with you? But no, Brother Empowerment is a show designed to help our brothers and their families to just break through without breaking. This is not one of those bashing shows, but this is an opportunity to engage in a healthy conversation and hope that something that is said will positively impact our brothers, their families, or someone that is closely connected to them. Yeah. So, bro, how was your week? I ain't see you. Well, I saw you last week, but I ain't see you last week.
Yeah.
You was holding it down with Andrew.
Yes.
So how your week been? I ain't seen you in a month or something.
Nah, that's bro, the week has been like just super busy. I have been really just doing a lot of deep diving into myself, but also I've been deep diving into myself, but I've also been deep diving into these obstacles on the outside world with this money and then stuff going on with work. So it's been super busy. I mean, meetings, running around, phone calls, like it's been just busy, man. But getting stuff done feels so good. So I will say that's it's been busy, but I've been getting things accomplished. So that's been it for me, man. What about you?
So I've been dealing with the whims of getting old.
Mm-hmm.
I had got gout in my big toe, y'all. I didn't know what to do with my life.
Yeah.
I was sitting around here walking and just like a little grumpy old man. My foot was hurting. And the sad part, I've been walking for 3 weeks because me and Nala have been walking. And I have changed my whole diet and everything. And I was like, oh, I'm really doing good. Mm-hmm. And my old man toe was like, no, you old. And so I had to deal with that. And I just felt like I was disrespected on my age. Well, and then the other good thing is I did go to, because I'm in Finding Patience, the musical. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that because I think it's going to be even bigger than what it was 5 years ago. So because, well, for one, it's a musical now. And then for two, I think that it's just more polished, it's more defined, things like that are going on. And so I'm just excited all the way around for that. We also announced our partnership with Voorhees College.
So did.
So, and then we also did another partnership with Voorhees College, Love is a Parable, and Lenore Pours. Mm-hmm. So we started that installment of classes, and man, I'm excited about it. And you know what? It feels good to work with other entrepreneurs, and we all are helping each other build together. Mm-hmm. So it's like amazing. I just really had a good time with that. We're in conversation with 2 other partnerships. I can't release that yet because I want to make sure it's finalized, but things are just at a good place.
Yo, that's what's up, man. Finally. No.
Just a good place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna keep on pushing forward with that, and seeing and doing whatever needs to be done. But for the most part, I'm just in a great place.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
So we want to see who's on.
Yes, we do. All right. So first off in the building, we got Lenore from Lenore Pours in the building. We also have Rashia, aka Mabuski, aka She-Hulk in the
She
building.
said, "Hey, tall."
Yo, she's talking to me.
Short man swag. Short man swag.
That's right.
That's right. We forgot to talk about that. That was an amazing time.
Yeah.
And then she came back to reiterate that you're tall.
That's right. That's right. We got Sean Bates from YouTube Land. What's going on, Sean, man?
Hey, bro.
We got to get Sean back on the show, too.
I love Sean.
Yeah, we got to get Sean back.
Well, I talk to Sean every day, but you don't.
That's right.
I'm a better brother to Sean than you are. I just want to go on record by saying that.
And I will concede that.
Mm-hmm.
I will concede that.
It's nothing that you could really do about it at this point.
Can't. So we got Chanel in the building. What's going on, Chanel?
That's my Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the tickets actually go on sale tomorrow, and they're projected to sell out fast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yep, I'm so excited about that too. So, bro, we were supposed to have Kofi on.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is, but it's okay. Because you and I, we rarely get that chance to really just focus on us. You know what I mean? So it's good to be here.
What's up, Reese?
Danielle.
Oh shoot.
Danielle Sharice, you're on?
The government.
Yeah, she been messing with me. She been messing with me. So yeah, I'm glad to have you on too. So you ready to jump into it, bro?
I am ready.
Did you do these last week or no?
Yeah, I did. We did. Or Andrew and I did. Yeah.
That's why you deleted them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to cry. It will free your mind.
Oh, never mind. We did. I didn't delete that one. My bad. That one might have been the last one. I didn't delete that one. My bad.
I was gonna say it looked familiar, but
my bad.
Know what I get for trusting you. Okay. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. Dr. Mae Jameson.
Yeah. So, as we've talked about before on the show, people will definitely project their limitations and what they think is or isn't possible on you. And so I think we go through life experiencing that, unfortunately. And I think for some of us, maybe a lot of us, it starts at home with our parents. When we talk about when you have imagination, or when you have, as a matter of fact, shout out to JB and Rashad over at Raleigh Barbers, aka the host of Stupid Flow. I was just at JB's barbershop today, and we were talking about how, just when, as you get older in life, you take on responsibilities and stuff like that. It kind of strips away or eats away at that joy for life and stuff you had as a kid.
Yeah.
Tying that into this, we were talking about imagination and how when you're a kid, because JB was saying that there's so many people he feels that don't use their brain to its fullest capacity, or their fullest capacity. Mm-hmm. And so when you're a kid and you say, I want to do this, or I want to be this, and sometimes we even have our parents who say, well, I don't know about that young, Johnny or Susie or David or whatever. Like, I don't know about that. Well, maybe you think about doing this, or that's nice, but that's that is a long shot or whatever. You have even your parents at a young age putting those doubts on those limitations on you, and so people get conditioned to limit themselves without anybody even doing anything. So yeah.
But I agree. I think being an adult is ghetto.
Yeah. Hey, I remember your adulthood is the real ghetto.
It's just real ratchet in all ways. Let me see. She say, look at Jay showing. Shut up. Hey, Tara.
What's up, Victor, man?
He says that's why you can't tell everybody your dreams. You have to be very careful. Folk will talk you out of it before you know it.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't never lied about that. And I will say the other thing about that is, for me, this is a great way of setting up boundaries. Setting up boundaries in a way that when you make a decision, commit to that decision.
Yep.
And no matter what other people throw your way or anything, you focus on what you need to focus on and do what you need to do, regardless of who supports you. And that's what I was thinking about. Even with Love is a Parable, there are several cheerleaders, but not that many supporters. And there have been several times where, I feel like I'm by myself and I can't focus on who's helping and who's not helping as much as I have to focus on what's the purpose and intention behind what I'm here to do. Yep. And I think that when people, I think how limited imaginations hinder us is because we try to have jurisdiction on those limited imaginations, and then we stop working because now we're focusing on trying to convince people to have more of an expansive way of looking at things, and that's not your business.
Not at all.
So I think that that's one of those things that we really have to look at. What's going on now? How you say this? Is it Kia?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm gonna go with Kia. If we saying it wrong, it's Kia Cherry.
Okay, she said that's it. Yep. Okay.
Is it Kia Cherry or Kia Cherie?
I'll bet it's Cherie.
Because she got that little thing.
Yep.
She got that little thing on there.
I'm betting it's Cherie.
So yeah, which one? What is it? Kia Cherie? She an international model, Miss Full Figure, USA.
So she said yes, Kia.
But what about the other part? Is it? You know what? Look, real ghetto.
Okay.
I did it right.
So yeah, we got it right the first time.
Okay, now we got it. Okay. So she actually going to be on the show sometime in April.
Yup. Can't wait.
Yep. So I think that's where it happens is when it's not just the fact that they have a limited imagination, it's also the fact that we feel like it's our responsibility to help them see more.
Right. And it's not your ministry, it's not your position. Not yours. And I'm even guilty of that, trying to convince people. I spent a good portion of my life doing stuff to convince other people that I could do stuff. When it's like, why? Well, I'll just do the stuff and leave them to their own questions or whatever. So
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I've done enough in my life for people to know that I'm a driven person. I can do what I want to do. So I don't need to convince anybody. So yeah, and
I will say that I've been even guilty. I'm very guilty of that. I'm more so guilty of helping people believe in themselves.
Yeah,
they're like, you can do this. Man, I'm exhausted with that. I'm not doing that no more. But I will tell you what I see in you. But if you don't want to commit to that, that vision of what it is that you're capable of doing, that's your business.
Yep.
I'm realizing people have a right to fail.
Yeah.
If they want to fail, they can.
Right, bro.
You're
absolutely right.
I don't have to be your wheel. I don't have to be your wheel in your determination.
We can all be we can all be spectators of it together. Like, dang, look what happened. Oh well.
It reminds me like when my mom was when we was little growing up. Like if you'd be running the house, my mom always be like, "Don't run," but when you fall and bust your butt, she used to be like, "Oh, look at you! You done hurt my flow." And you be sitting there confused. She's like, well, you knew what to do. The flow didn't do nothing to you. Yeah. So I'm like, that's what I be sitting there thinking about. Okay, ready for the next one, bro?
Yes. When you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. You find a way to make it happen. Eric Thomas.
Ooh, that's a good one. Nobody will ever view your dreams the way you do. God gave you the vision. Why is she yelling at us? God gave you the vision. That's how I feel like she said it. God gave you the vision, and whoever doesn't believe is not your problem.
Correct. That's right.
Yep, we agree. What you about to say?
Yeah, this one, when I think of hitting snooze, I think of just a delay. And I think of course, procrastination. I think of just avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all those things when someone says I hit snooze. And so, yeah, when you find out the why or the purpose, that's what that says. When you find the purpose and you commit to that, you don't delay, you don't avoid, you don't procrastinate, you find a way to make it happen.
I agree. And I think that purpose doesn't let you rest anyway unless it's fulfilled. Like within me, there's so many books that I want to write. There's so many things that I want to do. And it's like I'm sitting there, I look forward to downtime to invest in purpose. I don't look at downtime like I'm resting. And it's so funny when people sit there and say things like, oh, like a good example, you need to step away from love is a parable. So you asking me to step away from my purpose. And it's like, yeah, but you need a break. And it's like, no, this is the thing that's keeping me alive because it's my purpose. This is the thing that I was created to do. What I need to probably do is step away from you, but not really this. And I think people who don't live purposeful lives and people who, the difference is there are some people who live purpose-driven life. They're looking to be motivated to do their purpose. And then you have people who are very intentional about their purposeful living.
Yep.
And so when you get that way, it's like in the middle of the night, you wake up and something happened. You'd be surprised how many text messages, voice messages I have about different things that just hit me. And a lot of those things have become part of the now 4 or 5 books that we have out, or some of the videos or the curriculum content and all of that. So it's like you don't hit snooze because you already up.
Absolutely, man. I agree.
What's going on, Christina?
Hey, Christina.
Love Jones Hair Studio. Yep. Thank you, Reed. I knew it was your.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
The grammar police are not on tonight.
Yeah,
you good.
We don't even get down like that.
You good. Okay, so let's see. Ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, bro.
We all have a purpose in life, and when you find yours, you'll recognize it. Catherine Pulsifer?
Oh, that name would have just been hard for me to say.
Yeah.
Okay, Rashid said, I love Eric Thomas. I agree. I feel like your why should have you excited to get up. Don't waste another moment to make it happen. Time waits for no man.
That's true.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, this one, it kind of feeds into the other one, but it also branches off. I think just, when you know what you're supposed to be doing, and everyone has a purpose in life. Everyone, even if you don't understand it, everyone has a purpose in life. And so when you find it, I think it's one of those things that's unspoken and you feel it. So the recognition is pretty much instantaneous. Even if you snooze on it or try to avoid it, you still recognize it and you know.
Yeah. Now I'll say this too. I think that some people confuse purpose with fulfillment. Just because you know your purpose, that doesn't mean you're fulfilled with it.
Right.
Because there is a process. Like this says, just recognize it. It didn't say you accept it. Because a lot of people struggle with what their purpose or what they're created to be and do, and what they have of their ideal level of success.
Yep.
Like you may have someone who really wants to be an exec of this Fortune 500 company, but you were created to be a teacher. And so you keep wondering why these doors keep closing. And it's like, it seems like I get to manager level, but I can never make it to senior manager. Or I get to middle management, but I can never make it to exec. So you keep hitting these stumbling blocks, or you get the job, you get the position, but the company closes. So you keep going through all of these different phases because that's not what you purpose to be.
Yep.
And because you got a good work ethic and you driven and you know what it is that you want to do, but your purpose may be to teach.
Yep.
And so a lot of people struggle with their ideal self, and their self-image. Who am I expected to be? How the world should see me? All of those great things versus who I am organically. And so recognizing it and accepting it are two different things. And then you walk in it, and then you reach a level of fulfillment because you start to feel a level of comfort and a level of peace you haven't felt before.
Yeah.
But as long as you teeter-totter, I've noticed that, okay, I have really sat down with some people because, you know, when they have their business meetings with us, we help them do the brainstorming and all of that. And I have really witnessed some people where I've said, okay, like, hey, this is what it looked like you were created to do, and they'll go against it, and there's uneasiness in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like they're upset. They're very disgruntled. They just seem emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really is happening is not necessarily that you need to change anything. It's just you need to accept.
Yeah.
Accept who you are. Accept what your purpose to be. And you know it you knew it before anybody else knew it. You just didn't want to accept it. And those societal expectations will warp our perception of our purpose.
Yes.
And sometimes devalue our purpose when you have the ability to do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
What's up, Stevie watching? What's going on? Miss Chandra is watching.
Oh, what's going on?
Landy,
people?
what's going on?
What's happening? If you watching, please drop us a comment in the comment section so we can continue to shout you out.
Okay. Let's see. It is easier to forgive an enemy than to forgive a friend.
William Blake.
Whew. Well, he said, "What's up?" Look,
What's going on, Stevie, bro? I think it makes sense to me in the sense of with an enemy, you know, if you call them an enemy, you expect there to be negative conflict, opposition, and even some pain along with that. That's something that you come to expect, even if it doesn't happen. You're still expecting it at any given time or at a certain time. But with someone that you call a friend, you don't expect that. So, as people say, the knife cuts so much deeper. One, because you don't expect it, and two, because this is someone that you call your friend, someone that's close to you, someone that's supposed to be of your heart, and that you feel safe with to whatever degree. So I think that's why it's easier, because that's like, you know, if a snake or something that you know is aggressive or antagonistic bites you, you like, oh, I expected that. So you might be upset in the moment, but you like, okay, I expect them to do that because that's what they do. So with enemies, you expect them to do things to you or to people associated with you. So that's why this speaks to me to that sense. I don't know if I necessarily agree, but I think that's where he was going with it.
Rashir said, "You expected the enemy to do wrong by you. Harder to forgive the one who broke your trust."
Mm-hmm.
And Chanel said, "I agree that that it is." Yeah, it's so many things I wanted to say right there in that moment, because I think a lot of people don't really. I think a lot of people don't even understand the gift of being a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sometimes, in some cases, we befriend our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And in other cases, we elevate people to places that they just aren't mature enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in the bathroom and I did a prayer this afternoon. And I was just like, you know, I'm really not mad at all the things that happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just disappointed that I was immature in being able to handle them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in my immaturity is that I have been so hopeful to see the good in other people that I sometimes excuse their just desire to be not so great.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that when it comes to that, it is easier to forgive an enemy than to forgive a friend, because the friend that really hurt you the most is yourself. Because you're like, how could I be so stupid? Like, that's what the thing is the internal war of you making a commitment and a decision to be vulnerable to allow someone in. So when you really think about it, you really expect people to be people. And it causes you to second guess you. So it's hard for you to forgive a friend, and that friend, I feel like a lot of times, is yourself. You know?
Oh, that's big, bro.
Because you just sit there second guessing it. Like, you play the scenario over in your head and you think about what I could have done differently. Maybe I misinterpreted something. I mean, there's so many different things that you do in that moment. And I think that that's why it makes it harder to forgive the friend. And I think the external friend is just a projection of what's happening internally.
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. 100%.
So it's like those type of things. Whew. Why my thing closed? Okay. Yeah. Carol watching this back. Okay. Ready for the next one? Or you in thought?
No, I mean, I'm definitely in thought, but I am ready for the next one. That's just all the stuff that you said. That quote, we have to, the next one, you can delete that. We did that one already.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Did that one
already. Ready?
Mm-hmm. A man who pays his bills on time is soon forgotten. Oscar Wilde. That's funny for so many reasons.
Tell me why.
That's funny because, like, and it goes back to something you say on the show all the time, bro. How at the different levels, as far as like just in society, and also we can do like just the economics as well. How you say often that at each end of the spectrum, there's things in place to help you. If you're in need of help or you're lacking, there's things in place to help you. If you're wealthy or have an abundance, there's things in place to help you. People, there's things that will make it better for you so you continue to do that. But if you're in the middle or consistent or not really lacking, but don't really have an abundance of, you have, we'll say enough. It's just you're there in the middle and there's not really anything for you. And I remember you saying that on multiple occasions, and that's what this reminds me of. You pay your bills on time all the time. Like, it's just like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do, and this and that. But let you be late a day or two, week, whatever. That company is on you. Hey, what's going on? Where's the money? What's going on? Or if you just never paid it, they would be, hey, we gotta talk. What's going on? We gotta shut this off. What can we do to help you? Whereas consistency is often overlooked, and sometimes but just like this quote says, forgotten. Sometimes people forget the consistent things or people in their lives, and that is one of the things that I guess causes negative events to happen, because you come to expect it, and then when it's not there anymore, you're like, hey, what happened? Well, it's like you didn't even care that it was there. You know? So yeah, that's what it says to me.
Chanel said, yep, because he ain't paying all of hers. So I'm just kidding. But then she also came back with a good point, and she said, I think this is another way of saying that good behaved people don't necessarily make history.
That's definitely a good way to look at it. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that too. Mm-hmm. And this spills over into so many different things too. Even if you use a relationship for an example, when you're always the one wearing the cape, mm-hmm. they forget that you're a superhero.
Yeah.
It's like now it becomes common. Well, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it, or you're going to figure it out. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And before you know it, it's like it becomes a standard mm-hmm. versus, something that is a step above excellence.
Right.
And so it is like what you're saying. As soon as you become consistent with something, it becomes the standard, and people find a way to devalue it.
Yes.
But that one you don't know, that surprise and delight. I might pay this bill, I might not.
Yep.
It's like you always be like, oh, it seemed like a good example. Like I don't come home often.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I go to discuss this, it's like a big old spectacle because they're like, you here? Yeah, because Jay not gonna come. But it's one of those things. And I think if I did come all the time, they probably wouldn't appreciate my presence. So if I come every lunar eclipse, we're good. Let me see. Chanel said, or this person is almost always available for you that you forget to be there for them.
Ooh, no.
I agree 1,000%. And I tell you, Chanel, I'm that person. I have made myself available for so many people that I can honestly tell you I don't have in return the level of availability that I exhausted for other people. Yeah,
that's something that I talk about in counseling. Stretching yourself thin to provide something for other people. And as soon as you stop being that consistency, it's like, well, what happened? They feel like you left them, but it's like, no, I had to show up for me.
And then I get an attitude with you. Sorry, I was in the hospital.
You know what I'm saying?
You missed my recital, or you missed my son's recital. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Can you ask me how I'm doing first?
Hello.
People get so comfortable with your availability and the way that you do things that it becomes such a standard. They feel like it's old and a title to them. And it's so funny, like how people say you don't do what you used to do. Well, have you ever thought I don't do what I used to do because you took what I used to do for granted?
Right.
So it's not that I don't used to. What happened is I want to do those things, but now you've devalued the things that I do and demean them. So it's not that I've changed. You changed the reason for which I do them.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't I just don't get it. They just don't understand. It's easy to see what you're doing wrong. It's easy for you to talk about the things you don't like in the other person, but we never really have the conversation about what are we doing to create these same scenarios in our lives. So it's stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That was a good one, Soror.
I like that one.
Look at us zooming through this. It's good, bro. It ain't been you and I in a long time.
Yeah, for real, man.
Okay, that's the one we on now. You got that one?
Yeah. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Amelia Earhart. Yeah. We had a quote similar to this before.
I felt like we did.
I don't know if it wasn't this exact one, but it's very similar. And yeah, the mind holds us back from a lot if we let it. Our minds hold us back from a lot if we let it. And really, I should say our mindset can hold us back from a lot if we let it. And once we make the decision to go forth and move and make and progress, the rest of it, I definitely think is really just how bad do you want it, or how valuable is it to you to act on, that decision, or to follow through with that decision.
Yeah, and Rashid came with entitled. That's a word.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of the workshops that we do is what does success really look like, and we talk about decision, and decision comes from the Latin word decidere, and decidere means that it is determined, meaning that it will happen, it will come into fruition. There's no question about it. So like once you make a decision, it's going to happen. And she speaks to this, like the most difficult thing is to make that decision or to act on that decision. The rest is merely tenacity. Yeah, the perseverance through to see it through. But once you make a decision, you made a commitment.
Yeah.
And so when you make that commitment to like, hey, I'm going to follow this through. And I think that thinking about human dynamics and thinking about individuals, I think that a lot of people really don't know what they're committed to. So they never really made the decision.
Yeah.
A lot of people fall into these different types of relationships, like friendship, relationship. Like some people casually just fall into bed with different people, all of that, but they never made the decision to fully commit or made the decision to clearly define it. And before you know it, it crumbles.
Yeah.
But once you make a decision and you make a decision and you commit to that decision, there's no way that it's going to crumble, no way that it's not going to pass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it is just you possessing that ability to persevere.
Yeah.
Look at my brother on. Hey, Elijah, I miss you, bro.
What's going on, E, bro?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Ooh, beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Benjamin Franklin.
I feel like that's you and Ricky right now.
Yo, tell me about this right here. The ship seems to be.
Hey, bro.
Oh, what's up, Alan, man?
Alan Levi Simmons.
Alan. I ain't gonna say that.
I feel like I gotta say the three names because he have it everywhere else except him. But go ahead.
I really, this right here, I mean, it's monetary, but as well as, just a life quote too. I mean, the little things really do matter, and they really do add up to, and they can destroy, or I'll say damage, or even dismantle great things. And so the little things matter just as much as the big hulking things that are in our face. The little things matter too.
Did you say hulking?
Yeah. I did.
Did you self-plug you?
No, I did not. But no, this right here, I mean, shoot, this man for the past, I don't know how many months, it's been, I mean, there have been some big expenses sprinkled in, unfortunately, but there's just been little thing after little thing, and it's just like, oh, all these little things, again, they might be worse than the big thing, because at least with the big thing, you're like, boom, done. It's all good. With the little things, it's like, nope, here, no there, no here, and there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree.
And the funny thing is, I thought about Chanel's statement again, because this what came to my mind. And look, she's talking about all the little things add up.
Absolutely.
But truth be told, I was just sitting there thinking, like, when you give a little bit of yourself to every little thing, before you know it,
bro, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man overboard, and you're drowning in other people's issues and problems that you struggle to stay afloat.
Yep.
A lot of this stuff is just hitting differently after I done had time to think about how old I am and my big toe.
Yeah, no, but you're right, bro. I think about that, man. Just how at one point in time, bro, I was texting and calling so many people on a monthly basis to tap in, that it was just, I was really wondering, like, man, I don't have any time for myself. And when I stopped doing all of that, it was just like, oh, well, there's the time. It was in these little buckets, or these little pockets here, and here. Yeah.
So true. He said he gave us a rocket ship. I don't know what that means. He said, and they will stand right there while you're drowning.
Mm-hmm. They will. Sometimes they will.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm just going to wait for you to take care of that so you can come help me.
Yeah, and those little things do be adding up over time. And it's like maintenance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you like, oh, I'm going to skip this thing. Or I'm going to wait till this happen. And then before you know, you got this big old bill you sitting here with, all because of the little things you didn't pay attention to. The same thing in relationships. You have this big, disastrous issue that's going on because you didn't pay attention to the little things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't fail a class at once. You fail it assignment by assignment.
Yeah.
And you had these people that just, I don't know how we look over the little things, and then before you know it, it's this big mammoth of an issue that we have to address.
Yeah. I love that though, bro. Like what you said about the class. You don't fail class all at once, assignment by assignment. So
I'm just saying it because that's what we're dealing with Lailani.
Oh shoot.
Be up here studying like we in school.
Oh yeah.
Like we in college. Got it.
You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow.
We did this one.
We did this one.
Did we do this one?
Yes, we did.
You did a horrible job. See?
Those were at the bottom, bro. We didn't even get down that far. We didn't do any of these ones that are coming up. That one.
We did this one?
Yeah, we did. We didn't do this one because it's new, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. To contract new debts is not the way to pay old ones. George Washington. Yes, that's true.
That's like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah,
man.
that is of course, that is financially, that's what some people do, unfortunately, is taking out loans to cover other loans or using moving around money or managing debt to get rid of the most current one or one that that's the most urgent, and then still having really debt to manage. So that's the financial one. And then the other one is, I look at it also as just jumping into endeavors to get away from something or to get away from something or a space or something like that. Just trying to use something else in the future to get away from what's going on currently or even your past. I think that's what, to me, when it says new debts, I think of things that weigh on you or things that require energy to really come up out of. So, yeah.
Ooh, Chanel said he would say that, and his whole likeness on the dollar.
Word.
Lenora said, "Ooh, that's good. I love that quote. Basically, recreating debt. It's important to learn financial responsibility."
Yeah.
Whew. To contract new debts is not the way to pay old ones. Ooh, so, okay. So you know my resume is like really weird. Like I don't put all my jobs on there.
Mm-hmm.
But one time I was an assistant manager for checking the cash.
Mm-hmm.
Checking the cash. And that was exactly what it was. Like people who were low on funds, and it was really called a payday advance.
Mm-hmm.
But people who didn't know what it was, how they got caught in the system, and which is why I left, because if you don't pay attention, you can get caught in it. So the best way to do like a payday advance loan is to borrow the most.
Mm-hmm.
So borrow the most. Like if you can borrow up to $600, it is better to borrow $600 than to borrow like $150,
mm-hmm.
right? Why? Because when you got to pay the $150 back, they already put the interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pay the interest and then you got to borrow against it. But if you need more money the next go around, you got to pay the interest, pay the $150, and then pay the new interest on the other one. So what was happening is people was like, well, I started out low. Yeah, but now you're at the $600 when really you should have just borrowed the $600. You only pay the interest one time.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going back up. You borrowed the $600, it was like $25 at that point. So it's $625 you pay back.
Mm-hmm.
But if you borrowed $150, now if you borrowed $150, it was like $225 you paid back.
Oh wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like it's only $25 if you borrow the most amount and just save it.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people didn't understand that, so they kept borrowing against it. And before you know it, they'll go to another payday advance place to borrow to pay our payday advance. And then if anything was to happen, like they got behind on one bill, gas price went up, anything changed, now both companies have access to your checking account.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they do, we have a system that they know when you get paid. So they look and they go down to the bank, pull your money out before you even have a chance to wake up.
Dang. Whew.
Yeah. And we get into these, and we get into all these contracts, literally to pay Peter, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And a lot of times sometimes it's better to just deal with that problem.
Yep. Absolutely. No, I agree, man.
That's heavy.
Yeah, it really is, though. That's a really good one.
It's heavy, and I think that we don't know what we commit to sometimes, man. Because sometimes that taxation can be the people that you connected to.
Yep.
And it's so funny that because some people will come in your life with baggage. You hold it for a while and they be like, it's yours now.
Yep.
You be like, no, this is still your baggage, but they gonna make you feel like something wrong with you for holding their baggage. You be like, I'm not a bellhop.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get your baggage back. You're gonna get your baggage back, and we're gonna go with that. But then they'll act like it's your fault. And the truth of the matter is, we should have just said, no, you need to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we'll try to appease people's feelings and all of that, man. It's so many things that this could really do just by we contracting debt. Mm-hmm. And we create these deficits in our lives all because we trying to spare somebody's feelings. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. This might be my favorite one tonight, man. I like this one.
You ready?
Yeah. Fortune befriends the bold. Emily Dickinson. Why did I first thought that said old when I first read it?
I didn't know what it was gonna say, to be honest.
Fortune befriends the bold, and I've heard this quote often, and it really, I think when people think of someone who's bold, they think of someone who's really just like overly aggressive or brazen, and I really just think that someone who's bold is someone who just doesn't let fear or doubt stop them from doing what they want to do or what they feel they should do. And I feel like that is the norm for so many people, that they consider those people bold. When those people are like, nah, I'm not even bold. I'm just not letting this get in the way of what I, want to do or what I need to do, So, but I do think that fortune, does, because really when you think of fortune, a lot of people think of finance, money and all that, but fortune really could be richness in life or really just richness of purpose.
I like that.
That fortune has so many different meanings.
Yeah, I definitely believe that the prosperity, like when you begin to prosper in areas of your life, mm-hmm. I think it does give you more confidence and more bold. It causes you to be more bold because you start to realize the impact of your work. Mm-hmm. And it always happens where you have some people who will sit there and don't realize how dope they are. But then all of a sudden, when they really start to see the manifestation of their dopeness, those who mismanage their dopeness become arrogant. Mm. But those who truly embrace their dopeness become confident and they understand, I'm not going to settle for this.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you're less than, but that means that I understand what I'm bringing to the table now. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just going to just let that just go anywhere carelessly,
Exactly.
Chanel said, I heard that on a crypto commercial. What you heard? This statement?
Probably.
Okay. What's going on, Sabrina?
Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth. Oh, I like that. Take chances, courage. Mm-hmm. I agree. Scared money don't make money. I can't read today.
Sacred money don't.
I like sacred money. You right. I thought she was about to be deep on me. It was me. My eyes got a little lazy. One eye just closed sometimes. Yeah, scared money don't make money. That's true. And you know what? That's one of the things I was telling. That's one of my biggest regrets about now that I feel like I'm a senior citizen. Listen, I've earned this now. I done had gout in my toe.
You don't have the AARP card yet.
They send it to me religiously. And talk about if I sign up, I get a free suitcase.
That is some old people stuff. Look at this suitcase that I got.
Yep, all leather and rolled. But I think that my biggest regret through life is that I played life too safe. Mm-hmm. And I struggle with that even to this day. Like, there were so many opportunities that I could have taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like sometimes it could be generational, it could be constructural, it can be societal, it could be so many different variables that influence why we are so safe.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't take the chances. Like the statistics show that the average person doesn't move within a 60-mile radius of where they live.
Yep,
their hometown.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know several people who have never left Disgustus.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know several people that have never left their hometown, and in that fear of what's out there, that fear, and they make so many excuses for why, or they'll say like, it ain't no jobs here, but it's jobs other places.
Yep.
What's stopping you from going out there to explore? What stopped you from taking that interviewing for that job that you want, or applying for that job? Like, we'll talk ourselves even out of applying for a job because we feel like we're not qualified for it, and or we'll just want to stay in our bubble.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro. I've lived in a lot of places in my life. Europe, California, Guam, and each place that I went, there was somebody, even especially as an adult, each place I went, there was somebody, well, most people that I talked to that had never left the area where they were from, much less seen the entire state or the entire whatever. But there are people that had never left where they're from, and they're just looking at me like, man, you've been all these places. What's that like? And it's like, it's normal for me. But it's like, all it takes is just taking a step, the decision to take that step, but from other people, taking that step to leave that place or to go somewhere else or apply for that job is boldness. And I can't do that. I'm good where I'm at.
Well, that whole thing about being humble.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got the wrong perception of being humble. Like, you can have a level of humility, but be bold and confident in your pursuits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro.
Yes, I'm a senior citizen. Sabrina, mind your business, youngin. Let me see. Go ahead, read that, bro.
Sabrina said, I went way over 60 miles for sure, and I understand that. I seen that generational thing happening in my family. So I moved abroad and lived in many places within the States. Yeah, I think, especially Black people, I think that we do ourselves a disservice by not traveling. And I understand the things that go on in most parts of the world when it comes to us, when talk about racism and stuff like that. I'll just say though that you learn so much by traveling and experiencing other cultures, and not saying you gotta live somewhere else, but you just learn so much by traveling, period. And that it opens your eyes to so many different experiences. So I definitely say all the time that I want that for my people. But yeah, I mean, as far as the Chanel scared money comment, I think about when Kofi was talking about when he was on here the first time, and he was technically the only time, when he was talking about how, technically you're supposed to have, 3 months of bills and all the other stuff in the bank, and the rest of that money, you're supposed to invest so it can make you money. And I think about how risky investing in the stock market and stuff like that is for some people, because they're like, I don't want to put my money out there. I don't know what it's going to do and this and that, but they know it's going to do if it sits in the bank. It's going to be there until they take it out, and it's going to accrue that minimal amount of interest, but there's no risk of, say, losing a portion of it, all of it, or whatever. It's going to sit there until you decide to do something with it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but it also can't grow to its potential when it's in that place. It's capped. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that, and the other part about that is we create these things to make people afraid, and then tell them not to be afraid too. Because it's like, yeah, financial literacy, and I say this all the time, there's some people who are just gifted in financial literacy.
Yep.
There's some people who are gifted in other things. And it's like, it would be wrong for me to walk into a room and be like, you don't understand this?
Yeah.
Just because I'm a healthcare major and I'm like, you don't understand? And you may not understand, but in a lot of times that happens. So a lot of people be like, well, I don't understand how to do it, and I need this money, and I'm not willing to take that gamble on something I don't understand,
right.
No matter how many seminars I've been in, no matter how many, all of those things. And I think that we've lost a sense of community and leveraging our weaknesses. And you have these individuals who try to act like they have everything under control, and they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They need some help too.
Yeah. And
because I know some people that I ain't gonna say no more about that.
Yeah.
But look, bro, we done made it to brother empowerment time. I mean, positive brother shout out time. See, saved by the bell.
I'll just say that this gas crisis, whoo, as our brother Ricky, aka the Beard, had a really funny post about that. I'm not even gonna bring it up any more than that, but it was so funny.
Oh, you're talking about how these what did he say?
He said that there's a whole lot of people right now with luxury cars that shouldn't own them, trying to figure out if regular fits into their vehicle. And that right there took me out.
I'm trying to figure out how I can ride a bike.
Hey, I had
to go pick up my kids.
I broke out the hoopty, so like it's been doing me well.
Oh, you one of them luxury people?
No, I just threw the whole car away. Nope, not even gonna do that. Just hoopty it is.
Man, I'm gonna be having a bike picking up my kids. They be like, Jay lost all that weight. What happened?
Bike.
Right. Gas costs a gallon of milk. So, bro, we done made it to positive brother shout out.
Oh.
Sabrina said, "Yep, this is true. Everything has their own niche. Everyone teach one."
Yeah, as what Big Sis Tara said, work in your expertise and let other people work in theirs.
Operate in your realm of influence.
Yep, operate in your realm of influence, and the world will be a better place, and everything will be so lovely if people did that instead of trying to step over in lanes where they are not the expert NASCAR driver. It's like you swerving in this lane, and this lane is too fast for you. Go over this lane to where it's the right speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, positive brother shout out. Let's see. Man. Nah, Jay, bro, I definitely want to shout you out, man, because you're right. It has been a long time since it's really just been you and I. And man, I just want to really, bro, for one, which I think this might be first, I want to shout out our growth, bro. And not just internally, but man, we got hair now. Like, it's just different out here, man. I remember when both of us had the brush cuts. Like, where we really just out here.
What's a brush cut?
When it's so low that all you gotta do is brush. You don't even notice.
That sounds like so old and country at
Yeah.
the same time. Give me old brush cut.
It's just real low. I mean, I don't know the technical barber term for that, but a brush cut is just you don't gotta do anything, man. You just and it's good to go. You waves, no nothing. But
That must be a Henderson saying.
No.
Give him old brush cut. How you want to cut? I'm just a old basic brush cut.
I don't know what.
But it fade a brush cut? It's just a brush cut.
No, fade is a fade. Brush cut is. I think that's aside from being bald. I think the brush.
So a brush cut is almost a bald head.
Yeah, it's like barely hair there. It might.
Wow.
Yeah, like
you just got a shadow. Okay.
Not a fade, not a nothing. It's
It's just even all the way around.
Yeah.
That's a boring life to live.
Hey, we used to do it.
Give me a brush cut.
But nah, I want to shout out to us, bro, for just our growth, man. Like, just we look different, and we different from when we even started this show, 4 years ago.
I don't know no more. These years just running together.
So,
and up in my old age. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to shout out to you and us and our growth, man. But I also just want to shout out the brothers, man, who are doing what they need to do and making improvements and making it work, man, and really doing what they need to do to be the best possible them, and leaving the things that they can't control up to the Father. Like, I want to shout out y'all, man, because that's not an easy thing to do. Like, they as men, we're conditioned to want to control so many things or to try to conquer so many things. But there's a lot of things that are out of your control and that are not meant to be conquered. They're meant to either be experienced, or they're just really, man, just meant for you to just, observe. And so I want to shout out to those men that are doing what they need to do in their sphere of influence, their realm of influence, to really just make things work. And they're leaving everything else to what it's supposed to be. Because it can be frustrating at times. It can be it can be very, very heavy at times. And it's not an easy thing to do. But when you learn that not everything is your assignment, not everything is something that you can control, I think that weight gets lifted, and I think we truly start to live. So I want to shout out to y'all, brothers, man.
With the timer.
I think it was at like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, but no, I want to shout out you, Ricky, Ed, and Sean, just for being consistent brothers. I really have been appreciating y'all, and I've really been needing you guys over the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you guys for being just always consistent, always there, and that's invaluable, in so many ways. So I thank you for that. Also, I want to shout out, I got a new cousin from 23andMe.
Oh.
Yep, I got a new cousin, Eric Harris.
Okay.
He up in Jersey.
Okay.
Yep, and so we talked today. I talked to him and his mom. I'm so excited about new family, and then family that is similar in personality. Our gene pool is awesome. So I'm excited to get to know my new cousin. He actually is going to be traveling to Columbia, South Carolina tomorrow, and then we're going to link up soon.
Okay.
So I'm excited. I got a new cousin, new family. Yeah. So a shout out to my new cousin, Eric. Yes. And then a shout out to you, Ricky, Sean. Oh, look, there go my cousin.
Oh, what's up, Eric, man? Oh, shoot. Speak of the angel.
Cousin.
Hey, what up, cousin?
But yeah, and you and Ricky, man, and Ed and Sean, man.
What up, Ed?
I really appreciate the consistency. I really appreciate the love. I really appreciate all of those things, man. So, like we tell you guys every week, if you feel that no one in this world love you or care about you, you just met two people that do. And we hope to see you guys next week on the same bat channel at the same bat time.
Might have a guest, might not.
Cause as they raise in your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.
Come on, let's go.